My bad. Had to hit the go live. You should see it now. Or, yeah, should be running. Excellent connection. Yeah, it should be up now. Oh, man. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? On both sides. Stream number 2 of growth year is here. You should be, yep. You're able to hear me. Just looking over some things here. Yeah, we should be good to go. All right, I'm ready. I got less than an hour and I gotta get to it. Listen, I was supposed to start. I'm good, thank you. Looking good over here. Okay, let's see what happens when I come on camera. All right. Oh man. Hey, hold on. Welcome in, welcome in. Like I said, I only gotta, listen, I got less than an hour. I gotta get to it. I had every intention of being here at 1. It did not happen, but it's okay. All right. Listen, the day job wouldn't let me be great. Okay. Wouldn't let me be great, but that's all right. We persevere, and it's raining. You know what I'm saying? It's a little dreary, a little droopy. Oh, hold on, let me do this real quick. Let's see if this works. I probably should have had this on earlier. Ooh. Okay. We'll check back on the connection to YouTube in let's say about 5-10 minutes, because I just turned on Firebot. But everything so far looks pretty good. Looks like my connection is holding. I'm only using 37% of my CPU. Awesome. What's up, Creed? How you doing?
In French, she'd be called La Renard.
What's up, Blissfully Dope?
With only her cunning to protect her.
She's a babe.
She's a robo-babe. In Latin, she would be called Babia Majora.
If she were a president, she'd be Babraham Lincoln.
I might have to shorten that a little bit. But welcome in. How you doing? All right, so like I said, I only got working and listening. I appreciate that, Creed. So listen, I only got an hour. Actually, less than an hour, because we started as soon as I got here, right? Got everything like pretty much set. Okay, I see what happened. Thought the picture had went out. Okay, got everything pretty much set. Like that's when I looked up and it was like 2 o'clock. I only been here like 15-20 minutes. Either way, nonetheless, as the old folks say, we're gonna get to it. Okay, so today what I wanted to talk about is same thing we normally talk about, but in a different way, right? I want to talk about growth of your stream, growth of your numbers, growth of eyes. It works. Growth of eyes and ears on your product, which is what everyone is trying to do, right? Everyone is seeking to have eyes and ears on their whatever they're, if you're streaming, if you're creating videos to post, if you're doing, IG posts, reels, TikTok, you want people to see it. Like that's why you make it. If you didn't want to be seen, then you wouldn't make a video, right? You wouldn't create any kind of content. You would just live your life. You know what I'm saying? You go to the grocery store. You might even nowadays just do the DoorDash, do the Uber Eats, do the grocery delivery, go to work or work from home. Like all these choices that you make, right, lead to you seeking interaction with other people in one way or another. Preferably the best interaction, but you're clearly open to whatever comes if you're just out here doing it. So long story short, right? Long story short, the goal is interaction, right? And so we're talking about that again today, and we're going to talk about someone who, oh man, that's what happened. We're going to talk about someone who I feel is like one of the, to be quite honest, it's rare that you see things like this. I was not there at the genesis of this. It's hard to even call him a streamer, right? It's hard to call him a streamer just because he's truly more so just a software developer who streams to people, and he talks about multiple things, right? He doesn't just talk about like how the game is developed and the different processes, tips, tricks, things like that. He gets asked all types of questions, and the way that you notice if you go to his YouTube shorts, which is a key thing that we're going to talk about. Now, the video I'm going to show you is a part of an interview that he did with, now I can't think of the name, but he did an interview with these three guys. They're newer to me, but they've been around for a long time, creating content on Twitch specifically. And they did an interview with him to talk about just basically, him and what he does, right? And how he reached the point that he's at. Now, what I would tell you is that to date, he currently has, to date, he has 1.1 million followers on Twitch. Okay, now you may be like, wow, like, why would you look at this? Listen, we're looking at this example because I want to show you what can happen in a year. 365 days. Okay, with some solid, consistent effort. Okay, and that's just on Twitch, because he also streams on YouTube. But on Twitch, 1.1. I want to say on YouTube, he has something like 2.4 million followers. I'll check that number. But either way, that's enough setup. I'm going to just get to the video, okay? Because I want y'all to, even if you can't see it, I want you to listen to it. Okay, so that's the first thing we're gonna talk about and focus on. Okay, and this gentleman's name, or the name of his stream channel, is PirateSoftware. Okay, PirateSoftware. So here we go.
Well, you had a lot of really, really good content in a short. Like, did you get a new editor or something? Like, what happened to like that one little explosive?
Yeah, what was
you did really kind of appear overnight. What was the impetus?
So we had been producing content on YouTube for a long time, and we found that YouTube Shorts were doing really well. And I kind of looked at the way that the market was going, and looked at what YouTube was doing, and YouTube was pushing all of its effort into YouTube Shorts. They really weren't evolving anything on the streaming product at all. They weren't really evolving anything for discovery for YouTube, and they're just pushing Shorts, right? And I was like, anytime you want to be discovered on a platform, the platform's not going to do it for you. They're never going to be like, I'm going to make you famous now. What you have to do is you have to look at what they're doing, what makes them the most money, and kind of follow that trend is how I felt about it. It's like, okay, they're putting every piece of effort into the YouTube short, and no one is really capitalizing on this super heavily. So my plan was to go from about 10,000 subscribers to about 15,000 by the end of the year. Because I think we're
okay. Once again, did you hear the number? I've already set it up for you. Across 365 days, his plan, their plan, was to go from 10,000 to about 15,000. He felt like that was a realistic goal, right? So the goal doesn't have to be something outrageous, right? If you're currently at less than 1,000 followers, The goal could simply be within a year, let me try to get to 1,500, right? If you're at 1,000, or maybe if you really want to go for it, let's say if you're at 1,000, let me try to reach 2,000, right? I'm currently at 1,700. I think a reasonable goal to start for me would probably be like 2,000 on Twitch. I don't know my level of growth on YouTube, but currently I'm at like 120 subscribers. It's not, and I think like that is like incredible for somebody like me who doesn't create honestly that much content on YouTube to have 120 plus subscribers, right? So, but the idea is to set the goal in front of you, right? You don't jump into a marathon or in any race and not know where the finish line is, right? That doesn't make any sense. You should and even if you have to set the finish line yourself, that way you know where it is, so you know where you're going. Now, how fast that happens, that's not always up to you. It's not always up to you. There's always different factors, right? And just like with a runner, his speed can depend on the wind that day, like the weather conditions. It could depend on their own energy. It could depend on maybe the shoes they're wearing, how they're running. It could depend on a number of different factors, right? But in the end, regardless of how long it takes, this is my goal. This is the line that I'm trying to reach. Okay. It's the same thing with this, with anything really, but it's more specifically, it's the same thing with this. So key point, first thing, he set a goal. Okay. Let's go from 10,000 to 15,000 within 365. And what he recognized, and I'm going to play this twice, but what he recognized is there was an opening with YouTube Shorts. YouTube was pushing shorts big time. So if you made short content, and this is, again, he came up on a year, this isn't like years back, ladies and gentlemen. He came up on a year this past week, I want to say, because I was in his stream and he talked about it. So this isn't some kind of 5, even 3 years ago type of deal. Like, this is still possible if you're willing to be consistent with it, right? Big Ed Smith, what's going on? Welcome in, brother. All right, so let's keep going.
At 13,000 time, we would go to 15,000 by the end of the year. We broke 1 million before the end of the year. It did phenomenally well, but my entire strategy around this,
it did okay.
We just hit 2 million this last week as well, which is just crazy. So it hasn't stopped. The thing that got me.
Okay, so let me say this too. He's talking about YouTube, but I've just checked. He's at 2.5 million now. This interview was like maybe a month or two ago, somewhere in there. He's at 2.5 million followers, and he's doing the same thing that he's been doing, right? But now it's reaching more people. If you go and take a look on YouTube, look up PirateSoftware, look at the views he has.
That's right. Call for your mama.
What up, Push? Look at the views he has on his shorts, and then look at the likes he has. Astronomical. I've never seen anybody with this level of like consistent viewership on videos, and the shorts are like I said before, the shorts are literally short, right? They're literally, we're talking 15 to 30 seconds, if that, right? So I'll leave it there. I don't want to overtalk. We'll keep going.
About this was like, my plan was release a short every day. We have our new editor to be able to do all the shorts content. And it wasn't even like an issue of quality from the other editor. It was just an issue of throughput. We wanted to do something that was more content, one every day, right? Never miss it. And then release it at exactly noon every day, noon PST. The reason I did that is because that is the lunch break time period for all of the companies down the West Coast of the United States. And that is mostly tech companies, which is, I produce a lot of tech content. So that's the exact moment they look at their phone. The moment they pull out their phone for lunch is the moment that they can see that. And then my short pops up, and that's right when the algo picks it up, and then they spread it to regional offices. This was the plan, and I was like, maybe we'll get a couple thousand subscribers. There was a lot more than that, and it did it way more fantastic, and now it's everywhere. And now every time I open up YouTube, I see myself like 5 times at the bottom. It's great.
Dude, man, Thor, I can't tell you how much I freaking love you, man. Because
all analytics.
Everything you're saying is exactly what I did for streaming 10 years ago. And I love this. I mean, like, that's why I picked the 8 a.m. That's why I did the positioning. That's why I did all this stuff. And you literally repeated what I did on Twitch on YouTube Shorts.
It's
like,
the same thing I did on my stream, actually.
So, I love this.
I streamed from midnight to noon for a long time, and I still stream that time slot. I stream from midnight to noon PST, and the reason why is because there was very little competition inside of the category for software and game development, which is a category that we fought for, by the way. It didn't exist. We yelled at Twitch for almost a year for them to make it. They finally did. And then in that category, I found a spot where I could be in the Kingmaker slots, which is the top 3 slots in the category. By doing that, and then also by running ads, which Twitch allows you to run ads, it got rid of pre-rolls on the channel. Running ads removed pre-rolls, which increased our followers per hour.
Okay. Now, I don't want it to be too much, and I know I'm trying to balance between, like, is he saying too much for y'all, or is he not saying enough, or are you following along? What he's getting ready to talk about is something very important, but what he talked about is consistency. What's up, Hobbs? How you doing? Welcome in. But he's talking about a level of consistency. What he wanted to do was take his long form content, cut it up, and put out a video every day. He streams, again, he has enough content because he streams from 12. It's something like 10 to 12 PST, about at least 5 days a week, I want to say. I think it's maybe 5 or 6. He talks about it. But with that amount of content that you're creating and the amount of conversations and interactions that you're going to get, the plan was to just cut that up, create shorts, put them on YouTube. Boom, 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 on a consistent basis, right? There is no, what I'm saying is he wasn't saying anything special, right? He wasn't. And again, I encourage you, go look at the shorts, right? The shorts aren't mind blowing. They're just valuable, right? The things that he's talking, or they're entertaining, right? Like he's not trying to do anything that's like beyond the realm of belief, right? He's not coming up with these, fantastic soliloquies and expressing himself and posting it. It's just simply, this is somebody asks him. Typically, a lot of the shorts are someone asks him a question, and he responds to it, and so they cut that up and create a short out of it, right? Simple stuff, right? Simple. Now, how can you apply this to yourself? Again, we talk about long form to short. Oh, you like that? We talk about, what up, Arch? We talk about long form to short form, right? Which is the way that you should do it every single time. Long form to short form. Okay. In this case, I'm gonna coin this. In this case, shrinkage is okay. Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird. Okay. Don't make it weird. But in this case, shrinkage is okay. You want to take your long form content, cut it down to short form so that it's digestible to a number of different people, right? So even if he used YouTube Shorts, which makes the most sense, right? Because YouTube was pushing it hard. IG Reels is something that gets pushed. TikTok is another thing that gets pushed, but YouTube that's the place. That's the place. We've talked about this. YouTube pays out and is paying out. They have the money. The process when you take into consideration ads and ad revenue, Twitch is paying. YouTube is paying. Twitch, that's another story. But he's reaching more people, and there's a reason why he streams on Twitch too. And he will not. He's talked about it. He streams on Twitch and YouTube, and he will not stream anyplace else. He has his reasons. That's one thing I really respect about him. When he speaks, it's not hard to understand. He's very clear, right? How he feels, like what he's trying to express. You don't have to play a guessing game, you know? It's very clear. All right, so let's finish this.
Like 6 to 7 times.
Don't tell me that.
The channel. It works, dude.
I'm currently fighting with turning on hours or ads per hour to get rid of pre-rolls.
Just think about it this way, man. How many times have you gone to a channel and you get 8 ads right up front and you're like, I don't want to watch this. I've never seen this person before in my life. That's every viewer, dude. It's a TV show. If you tune into a TV show, you've never seen that shit, it's got 8 ads, you're changing the channel. And that's exactly how I felt about it. So I was like, okay, we're going to run ads, and then I need to do it in a way that doesn't suck for the viewer, because I don't want it to suck for me if I'm watching a channel. So I pause the stream during the ad breaks. So every 30 minutes, we do a 2-minute break. I pause whatever game I'm doing, pause all the shit I'm doing. We just do nothing. And by setting it up that way, it's more respectful to the viewer's time. They don't feel left out whether they're monetized or not. And I get a little bit of a break for a moment because I'm streaming 12 hours, right? It's a long time.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, it allows us to get more viewers because all those people don't have pre-rolls in the way. So it worked out really nicely. So what I've been trying to do is just find every one of the systems that these platforms has that makes them money. They can also remove a barrier for the viewer, right? That's the whole thing around it. Is just make it the coolest experience for the people who are watching, and make sure that the platform is happy and it goes in the direction of their business model.
Did you catch that? So this is one thing I didn't know, right? Because I don't run ads on my stream. But what I had been picking up on was when people would come into the stream, they would tell me that they got hit with ads. So that's pre-roll. Pre-roll ads are before the stream starts, they show ads. To avoid having pre-roll, to avoid the viewer getting pre-roll ads, you have to agree to run ads at some point in the stream. So what he does is every 30 minutes he runs ads for 2 minutes, but he pauses all activities in the stream, and he literally does. He tells, like, he'll say, okay, ads are getting ready to run. He'll pause the stream. Basically, he just kind of sits back, or he goes to get a drink or something like that. And he'll have something up like stream has been paused for ads, and then he'll wait. The more I look, when I saw that, I was like, then why am I not doing that? And I'm not saying that I don't have enough viewership for the ad revenue to just be rolling in. You know what I'm saying? But why am I hurting? I got to think about it like I'm hurting my viewership. The way he explained it, most people will leave. I've done that. Most people will leave, right? If they come in, they get rated to the stream and they start off with ads, you'd be like, bro, what? I don't even know this person. You know what? I'm out of here. So why would I hurt my opportunity? Why would I hurt the viewers? Why would I hurt the potential to have more viewers? Why would I do that? To me, it just makes sense. So I'll be making that adjustment. Ms. Moni, how you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome in. Big Ed, that makes sense. Is that why half the people leave on raids? There's reasons. That could be, I don't know for sure, Big Ed, but I would think that's a reason. I used to leave on raids like that when I would go to somebody's room because I didn't understand the process. I thought that they had it set up to run ads when people first come in, but that's pre-roll. So now we all listen. I learned something too. I don't know everything, but now that we know, okay, they run pre-roll ads on your stream automatically if you don't agree to run ads at some point. Now we got to start thinking about it. Like, wait a minute, man. Now for a DJ, I mean, honestly, when I think about it, for a DJ, you might see, it depends. Like, you can you loop a song for 2 minutes? Yeah. But I mean, how is that for the experience? I'm not sure. You would have to kind of come up with a way. Miss KB, how you doing? I wish I could disable ads altogether. Listen, this is a free platform. That will never happen. That will never ever happen unless they, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's free to stream. It's not gonna happen. But I hear you though. I can definitely I can sympathize and empathize with you for sure. Good afternoon, Miss KB. The streamer has a very short amount of time to capture attention. Which is why when they get rated, you want them to be in there for as long as possible before the ads. So listening to him, think about it like this. You got 30 minutes. Well, I say never say ever, but as long as it's free, never. As long as it's free and as long as they foot the bill on the servers, they foot the bill on bandwidth, like they control that, right? As long as they do that, they have to bring in income to pay for that some kind of way, because their streamers aren't paying. So not never ever, but never. As long as it's free. As long as it's free. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play it again. Okay, because I know we got some new people coming in, and I appreciate y'all. Again, thank you to anybody who's on YouTube. We're trying to grow it, so I don't expect a lot of people on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at least not now. But we'll get there. You know what I'm saying? We're the ground is being laid. The plan is in place. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to make that happen. And like I said, I got less than an hour. Okay, because I gotta be out of here by 3. Well, 3:05. Right? I go. That's as far as I can go. Okay. So let me go ahead. We're gonna play this again. And again, if you got any questions just put them in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'll pick up on it. If you want me to like rewind a part the second time, it's only 8 minutes. It's a clip from a longer interview, but it's only 8 minutes. So, and this thing was jam packed with stuff, right? And if you go to his streams, he's very knowledgeable. Matter of fact, let me give you a little background on him real quick. My apologies. His name is PirateSoftware on YouTube and Twitch. His real name is Jason Thor Hall. Yes. Jason Thor Hall. Okay. He goes by Thor in his streams. He is the owner of PirateSoftware, which is a game development studio. He has worked for Blizzard Entertainment, Amazon Game Studios, and the U.S. Department of Energy. Yes, before he developed games, he used to be a hacker working for the government. Okay. Oh, you following Big Ed? Okay. He's a game developer, streamer, indie game developer, and owns an indie game development company. He streams on Twitch and YouTube. He plays video games, talks about game development, shares insights on his day. Just conversing with people, right? One thing, his analysis of Twitch's algorithms has made him definitely a more popular streamer. He talks about everything, but yeah, when he talks about the algorithm and how it works, just like he told you about how you used to be a hacker. What you used to hack up, bro? I mean, are you playing? Are you serious? Let me know if you're serious. Don't be hacking me, bro. I ain't got nothing, bro. You was one of the originals. Okay, my bad, OG triple OG 87 serious. Okay, my bad. Hey, I don't want no trouble. 300 band motors. And listen, OG, my bad. You got it. All right, let me rewind this thing. We'll get back into it.
You had a lot of really, really good content in a short. Like, did you get a new editor or something? Like, what happened to like that one little explosive?
Yeah, what was
you did really kind of appear overnight? What was the impetus?
So we had been producing content on YouTube for a long time, and we found that YouTube Shorts were doing really well. And I kind of looked at the way that the market was going, and looked at what YouTube was doing, and YouTube was pushing all of its effort into YouTube Shorts. They really weren't evolving anything on the streaming product at all. They weren't really evolving anything for discovery for YouTube, and they're just pushing Shorts, right? And I was like, anytime you want to be discovered on a platform, the platform's not going to do it for you. They're never going to be like, I'm going to make you famous now. What you have to do is you have to look at what they're doing, what makes them the most money, and kind of follow that trend is how I felt about it. It's like, okay, they're putting every piece of effort into the YouTube short, and no one is really capitalizing on this super heavily. So my plan was to go from about 10,000 subscribers to about 15,000 by the end of the year. Because I think we were at 13,000 at the time. We would go to 15,000 by the end of the year. We broke 1 million before the end of the year. It did phenomenally well, but my entire strategy around this,
it did okay.
Yeah, it did okay. We just hit 2 million this like last week as well, which is just crazy. So it hasn't stopped. The thing that got me about this was like, my plan was release a short every day. We have our new editor to be able to do all the shorts content. And it wasn't even like an issue of quality from the other editor. It was just an issue of throughput. We wanted to do something that was more content, one every day, right? Never miss it. And then release it at exactly noon every day, noon PST. The reason I did that is because that is the lunch break time period for all of the companies down the West Coast of the United States. And that is mostly tech companies, which is, I produce a lot of tech content. So that's the exact moment they look at their phone. The moment they pull out their phone for lunch is the moment that they can see that. And then my short pops up, and that's right when the algo picks it up, and then they spread it to regional offices. This was the plan, and I was like, maybe we'll get a couple thousand subscribers. There was a lot more than that, and it did it way more fantastic, and now it's everywhere. And now every time I open up YouTube, I see myself like 5 times at the bottom. It's great.
Okay, so let me explain that little part. You might have missed it, but there's a little part in there where he says he chose a time because the tech companies, that's when they let out for lunch, and then they check their phones, right? So, what did he say? Is it 10 or 12 PST? I always get confused with that. But either way, the time that he chose, then what he said that they would open up their phones and take a look at it. Then he said that they would spread it regionally. Now, how does that happen? That's something that they kind of gloss. I mean, well, they didn't talk about it in this part. But what he's saying is, the way that the algorithm works is that if somebody sees something and they like it, right? So it's not just the view, it's the view, the like. Okay, 12 PST. So that's 2 p.m. Central. They see it, they like it, and then they may even comment on it. The more that happens in this small amount of time, the more it spreads out. So that's what happened. He literally just planted the seed and let other people water it so that it would grow, right? You plant the seed on YouTube, they water it, and it grows, just blows up, right? But his idea was, okay, this will work to get, another 5,000 follows. Turns out he ended up reaching 1 million. Can this happen for anybody? This is happening for people all the time. But we're talking about consistent, valuable content, right? We're not just talking about, well, it's what you value. Let me say it like that. It's what people value, right? So what do you watch on YouTube or on IG or TikTok? You know what I'm saying? What videos get the like from you? And then once you start doing that, if you notice, that's how the algorithm works. You like that one. Okay, then you like the one after that. And then the algorithm picks up, oh, you like this kind of content. And so it keeps feeding you that and feeding you that, right? So anytime you open up your phone or anytime you go on to YouTube, you start to see videos around the subject that you liked before. That's how it works. So he blew up like that. Travel videos, ace and check. Yes. If you into travel videos, if you into barbecue, yeah, Drop Frames are dope. Oh, you familiar with them? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Drop Frame. I like them guys. Like I said, I recently just picked up on what they were doing. I really like their production value too. But yeah, everything they say, it's like I dig it. I dig it.
Dude, man, Thor, I can't tell you how much I freaking love you, man. Because
all analytics.
Everything you're saying is exactly what I did for streaming 10 years ago. And I love this. I mean, that's why I picked the A.
Okay, real quick, he said, and he says it low, but there's a word that I want everybody to get comfortable with. I want everybody to get comfortable with this one. He said it's all Starts with an A. Analytics. He said it's all analytics. He literally just did the math. That's it. He literally did the math. He looked at the trends and he said, okay, let's go this way. He told you how it's done. So if you're trying to figure out, okay, when do I stream? How do I stream? What would help me to make the most money when I stream? How can I get the most? What's time frame gives me the most potential to get the most views for my stream? Analytics. We get every time you stream, and I think we talked about this too, but every time you stream, when the stream is done, Twitch sends you an email with the analytics for your stream. You can go into your creator dashboard and see the analytics. YouTube's analytics are, if you think Twitch's analytics are detailed, YouTube's analytics are crazy. They're crazy. They told me that my target audience was between 25 and 35 on the first video that I posted, right? The stream together tutorial. Why would I make a stream together tutorial? Because I looked at the analytics, I did a little homework, and I said, I don't see a video about this. I need to make one. Did it get millions of views? No, it didn't get millions of views, but it did get, I think we're at 17,000 views right now. So the analytics tells me I need to continue to look and make more content either surrounding that, right? Either I need to make more tutorial content. I need to do it immediately. Sometimes I get caught up because I'm like, man, this long form stuff is a little tough. But then if I make the long form in this way, then I can cut it up in the short form. And then having engagement, that'll help me to figure out, oh, okay, I need to make more stuff like this, right? ... The analytics. Just don't be afraid of that word. Get used to it. The analytics. You don't have to do any math. You can just look. They give you like little charts and graphs, and they'll tell you what the numbers mean. Then you just have to figure it out from there. Or if you really want to know, listen, just reach out to me. I'll point you in the right direction. Let's keep going.
8 a.m. That's why I did the positioning. That's why I did all this stuff. And you literally repeated what I did on Twitch on YouTube Shorts.
It's like, the same thing I did on my stream, actually.
I love this.
I streamed from midnight to noon for a long time, and I still stream that time slot. I stream from midnight to noon PST, and the reason why is because there was very little competition inside of the category for software and game development, which is a category that we fought for, by the way. It didn't exist. We yelled at Twitch for almost a year for them to make it, and they finally did. And then in that category, I found a spot where I could be in the Kingmaker slots, which is the top 3 slots in the category. By doing that, and then also by running ads, which Twitch allows you to run ads, it got rid of pre-rolls on the channel. Running ads removed pre-rolls, which increased our followers per hour by 6 to 7 times.
Don't tell me that.
The channel. It works, dude.
I'm currently fighting with turning on hours or ads per hour to get rid of pre-rolls.
Just think about it this way, man. How many times have you gone to a channel and you get 8 ads right up front and you're like, I don't want to watch this. I've never seen this person before in my life. That's every viewer, dude. It's a TV show. If you tune into a TV show, you've never seen that shit, it's got 8 ads, you're changing the channel. And that's exactly how I felt about it. So I was like, oh, okay, we're going to run ads. And then I need to do it in a way that doesn't suck for the viewer, because I don't want it to suck for me if I'm watching a channel. So I pause the stream during the ad breaks. So every 30 minutes, we do a 2-minute break. I pause whatever game I'm doing, I pause all the shit I'm doing. We just do nothing. And by setting it up that way, it's more respectful to the viewer's time. They don't feel left out whether they're monetized or not. And I get a little bit of a break for a moment because I'm streaming 12 hours, right? It's a long time.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, it allows us to get more viewers because all those people don't have pre-rolls in the way. So it worked out really nicely. So what I've been trying to do is just find every one of the systems that these platforms have.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town? I can't hear you.
What's up, CBT? Welcome in. How you doing? Miss KB, what you mean? That's you. Oh, so you saying when you go into a stream, you're the type of person, like if you see ads, you out of there? Is that what you're saying? And Miss Moni, how long you been streaming? Or how long ago did you start your Twitch account? because I've seen Carnage's name, but I had never followed him until recently. And that dude puts in out. And listen, he puts in hours, and his view count is just crazy. Thousands of people go in there and watch him. You got hit with 8 to 10 ads in some rooms. Yeah. Sometimes that's on the streamer, right? Sometimes they set that up. But then there's other times, like he's talking about pre-rolls, and I don't know how many ads they show because I don't show ads in my stream, right? But the pre-rolls I can't control. So I don't know how many you start off with if you're not subbed to me. And you come into my room. I don't know how that works. Which is crazy too, right? That you're subbed and you still get ads, right? I don't get any ads anymore. Well, I know Nitro, you don't get ads, right? It's very interesting how it works, but he knows better than anybody. So listen, I always lean on the smart people. I'm savvy. I'm kind of smart, but I'm more savvy. Didn't know that they had to fight for the game category. Yeah. I think he's more so talking about development though. I want to say. I think he's talking about development. But okay, we'll finish this and then I got something else.
That makes them money. They can also remove a barrier for the viewer, right? That's the whole thing around it. Is just make it the coolest experience for the people who are watching and make sure that the platform is happy and it goes in the direction of their business model.
Yeah, Hobbs. I said Turbo, right? Yeah, I think I said Turbo. Nitro is at Discord stuff. Turbo, yeah, no ads. I haven't seen an ad on Turbo in a long time. Like ever. I signed up for the Turbo because I was like, man, listen, I can't support monetarily. I just don't have I don't have them kind of coins right now. But I can support you with my view. You know what I'm saying? I come in and show love. And so that's been working out. All right. Again, if you got, I said Nitro. That's crazy. Turbo. My bad. Well, thank you. My bad. All right. So I got another video. And again, that's PirateSoftware. If you're not following them, follow them. If you're wondering, check them out. I thought when I jumped on, he was on. So he might be off now just to stick with his schedule, but you can definitely catch him next time. Okay. So the next thing I want to show was a video on communication, right? Quickly communicating. But the key of this video, because sometimes I get people who tell me, man, I don't feel comfortable with the sound of my voice. Like, I don't like how my voice sounds. And most people don't like how that voice sounds. For me, I didn't like how my voice sounded. I definitely had an issue until I started to kind of do some of the things that he ends up talking about in this video. It wasn't the first time. I didn't first hear about these tactics with him or from him, but I did start to implement these things just personally from some other sources. And now it has gotten me to this point where, yeah, I am comfortable with my voice. Like, I'm comfortable, like, where it's at. And this is another short, okay? And you might recognize this guy.
Hi. I'd love to know, if you want to be a brilliant public speaker, what are the 3 tips that you would give to me?
One of the most powerful things you can do is a process called record and review. Simply record a 5-minute video of yourself, and you need to speak improvised. Don't look at it straight away, you are too damn self. The next day, when you review this video, you review it in 3 different ways. The first time you review it, turn the sound all the way up, press play, turn your phone down. Just listen. Audit the auditory component of your voice, known as your vocal image. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Second, grab the phone, turn the sound off, press play, just look at yourself. How's your body language? What's your facial expressions like? Do a visual audit of your visual image. Third component, get the video transcribed. Make sure you leave in the ums and the ahs and what's known as filler words. Bring all your non-words and filler words to the forefront of your mind. That's robbing you of clarity every time you talk. 3 things. Do that once, you basically have a mirror in front of you. It's a very powerful routine.
Okay. And so, excuse me. The thing about that particular video is the steps that he's talking about. These actually work, right? And I really like listening to him. He's a fantastic public speaker. He was one of the first people recently that I saw, and somebody asked him about how to be a better speaker, and they were talking, he basically was saying, you know, there's a way to remove uhs and ums from when you speak. You know, he talked about the steps, like slow down, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about what you're going to say before you say it, and don't lean on the because clearly that means that you're thinking, but you don't have to audibly say that, right? So he had different, I did it right there, but he had different tactics that I started to kind of work on. I'm much better than I used to be. Much better than I used to be. I used to say and a lot. And so just with practice, right? But I really, really like this. So if you are concerned about your voice, how does it sound? What does my voice really sound like? I don't really like this. This is, break it down in 3 ways, right? Listen to it, okay? And secondly, look at your body language. And then the third way. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just play it again. I'm gonna play it again real quick.
I'd love to know, if you want to be a brilliant public speaker, what are the 3 tips that you would give to me?
One of the most powerful things you can do is a process called record and review. Simply record a 5-minute video of yourself, and you need to speak improvised. Don't look at it straight away, you are too damn self-critical. The next day when you review this video, you review it in 3 different ways. The first time you review it, turn the sound all the way up, press play, turn your phone down. Just listen. Audit the auditory component of your voice, known as your vocal image. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Second, grab the phone, turn the sound off, press play, just look at yourself. How's your body language? What's your facial expressions like? Do a visual audit of your visual image. Third component, get the video transcribed. Make sure you leave in the ums and the ahs and what's known as filler words. Bring all your non-words and filler words to the forefront of your mind. That's robbing you of clarity every time you talk. 3 things. Do that once, you basically have a mirror in front of you. It's a very powerful routine.
Mirror in front of you. A vocal audit, a visual audit, and then let's transcribe. You could do all this with CapCut. And we talked about it before. You could do all of this with CapCut, man. Record yourself doing a 5-minute, look at it, listen to it, and you can right click, go to transcribe. It'll transcribe everything you said, and you can look at it and show the filler words, your ahs and the ums. It picks up on all of that. You can remove it from the transcription, but it's better if you remove it from the original, right? Get more comfortable with your voice, okay? If that's what's holding you back from making a video, don't let that do it. Don't go through those steps, implement these tactics, practice it, right? And then you'll feel better about your voice. Last thing before we get up out of here, because I like a little levity. We got less than we got about 6 minutes left, about 5 minutes. All right, and we're gonna get out of here on this one. Okay. It's the last thing. Hopefully y'all like it.
I'm also racist. But not in a bad way. I'm not a bigot or anything like that. I just judge people because of the race. I'll give you an example. I don't fight Asians. Because every other group of people gives you an idea that they may be able to fight. You know, when you run into a black guy, he'll be like big, you know what I'm saying, but doesn't know how to lift weights because he got big in prison. You know what I'm saying? You see, like, if you see a white guy, he'll also be big, but he'll have a shirt 3 sizes too small with a dragon on it and cauliflower ear. That's because he can choke you out. And with Latinos, you know what I'm saying, they'll have a tattoo on their head and or neck area, you know what I'm saying, and khaki shorts. Depending on where you at, it could be a Chargers or Raiders jersey. and they stand in a ballet position. You know what I'm saying? Just, what you wanna do, fool? I'm right here, fool. We could do this all day, fool. What you wanna do, fool? You might wanna get out of there. But an Asian will look like an accountant, be able to hurt you without you even seeing it coming. And they don't talk like anybody else before a fight. You could be real disrespectful to an Asian. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, no, we can do this, Jackie Chan. And he'll be like, I don't think you want this trouble. I will allow you the opportunity to move along, sir. Violence will inconvenience both of us. But you want to persist, you know what I'm saying? Man, I don't care about that. I'm from the streets. Let's do this. And all of a sudden you just hear, hep, hit, hop. Next thing you know, you on the ground, you can't see or hear, and you done peed on yourself. And he's helping you up. Now, what have we learned today?
Oh man. I love a good joke, man. I love a good joke, y'all. Oh boy. I might have to start adding those on the end of these streams, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was our stream for today. Again, we talked about, once again, confirming, moving your long form content into short form. DJs are always the exception to the rule. It's a little tough because of copyright issues. But if you create content, right, that's a little different for a DJ. But you can also be creative. We talked about that last week. But the main point for today, taking your long form content, cutting it up and putting it in short form content. If you're looking for growth, if you're here, you're trying to grow as a streamer. Okay. So that's what I'm talking to. If you're here, you're trying to grow as a streamer. So take your long form content, cut it up in a short form. If you can't cut it up yourself, which I recommend. Ooh, Gordon taking me back with that one, bro. If you can't cut it up yourself, then use an app. Like I said, we talk about Opus Clip. Opus Clip will do it. All right, they'll take your long form, they'll cut it up into short form content for you. You can put captions on it and move along. The name of the game, I used to think that the name of the game was like to have like this really, really dope piece of short form content, right? Where it's like got all the bells and whistles and transitions and all of this and that. And that's cool if you can do it. But really, you wanna give value, right? And you want to give quantity at the same time. So it's a combination of quantity and quality. If you can cut something up and post something, if you can't post something every day, can you post something every other day? Can you post something 3 days a week, 2 days a week? Can you be consistent, right, with that? But if you really want growth, every day, right? I don't know if I could do every day. I got to build up to it. But for right now, I'm pretty sure I could post 2 to 3 times a week on taking my long form content and moving it to short form. And then we talked about being more comfortable with yourself and your voice, but that takes work, right? Don't be afraid of the work. Shoot the video, review it, okay? Do a vocal audit, do a visual audit. Then do the transcription and actually have it in the front of your mind. I say and a lot here. That helps. Okay. That helps. No comment, CBT. No comment. All right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna try to find somebody to rate. Again, on the YouTube side, thank you, man. If you're watching this, right? If you've been here this entire time, I hope this was valuable. Shout out to PirateSoftware. And I should have wrote it down. My apologies. I'll have it in the description. Who talked about communication? I mean your voice, and then the the comedian that we played as well. Thank you guys so much. So much. I appreciate you. I love you. Please take care of yourselves. Thank you, Miss KB. You know, I'm trying out here. I'm trying to get value. We'll see what happens. Again, thank y'all so much. Let me find somebody to raid real quick on the YouTube side. I'm gonna get out of here. Listen, the video is for you, right? But the comments are for me. So don't be afraid to leave a comment. Let me know if you liked it or didn't like it. What would you like to hear? Okay. And subscribe if you choose. You know what I'm saying? The button's there. It ain't going nowhere. Goodness. Oh my goodness. But thank y'all so much. All right, YouTube. So we're gonna get out of here, man. Y'all be safe. I love you. That's YouTube, y'all.